Hello, this is a very quick look at the HTC Desire 320. This is HTC's budget handset, and even though it's budget, it's actually still quite nicely designed. It's a little bit chunky compared to the premium range, but it still sits at under 1 centimetre. It's the right width to very easily hold single-handedly, and you get a 4.5-inch screen. Now this feels a little small when other budget phones are doing 5-inch screens. Headphone socket on the top, as you'd expect. You get volume up, volume down on the right hand side, along with the screen lock and power button just underneath that. On the bottom you get the USB charger, camera on the back, speakers at the bottom. The back is removable, giving you access to the SIM card, micro SD slot and the removable battery. This can take up to 32 gig micro SD. If you've used HTC phones before, you'll be familiar with the Sense interface. It's really nice, it's very smooth. You get the blink feed when you scroll all the way to the left, and you can personalize this with your own news sources, news feeds, things like that, Facebook, Twitter, what have you. Really good. Inside the main menu app tray, it's very nicely laid out, and you can easily search for apps once you've started to build up a nice large collection. It's a good little phone for web browsing. As you can see here, I'm just scrolling through and it's nice and reactive. The colours are looking good on screen, it's fairly quick to load pages, and it's very easy to read the text and see the pictures. So great for if you're out and about and just want to look something up. In terms of usage, if you find it a little bit tricky, there is an easy mode that you can switch to, and that changes the home screen to a grid display, and you can easily add your own buttons. So for example, if you've got a particular game you want to add, just click that. If you try this and you don't like it, it's very easy to switch back, just back in the settings menu, go to home and reselect a different home screen. This came running out the box with Android 4.4.2 rather than the latest Android, and when you do a software update at the time of review, HTC haven't released anything to update this to Android Lollipop, which is a real shame. In terms of cameras, you get a VGA front-facing camera and a 5-megapixel rear-facing camera. Focusing on the camera seems to be a little slow, and it does get a little bit confused. So you can see here the ruler's a little out of focus, and occasionally it has difficulty focusing on what you want. So there it's focused on the background rather than the foreground. But if you can get it right, it produces some half decent shots. Video though was perfectly fine. You can see here I've got a very black cat, but there's details all there. And so if you do want to use this for photos and videos, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to compete with the really high-end cameras that offer a lot more functionality. This phone's powered by a quad-core processor, and that means games nip along rather nicely. The speakers are at the back, however, so you will need to turn the volume up or put some headphones in. I did notice on this particular phone that when I was playing this game, and if you watch in a second, I'll try and bump someone, goes in slow-mo, and it just pauses for a second. Now that only happened on that particular occasion. You'll see again now, smash one, no lag at all. I don't know if the phone was in the middle of doing something. Aside from that though, the phone's really good. There's no indicator light, which is a bit of a problem, but it's a decent size. It's starting to feel a little bit small compared to other budget phones, but it will do the job. A great all-rounder. I hope you found this short review useful. Thanks for watching.